Have you ever wondered if time as we perceive it is an illusion? This question might sound straight out of a science fiction novel, but it's something that philosophers, scientists, and even ordinary folks like us ponder upon from time to time. You see, our understanding of time is largely a human construct. We've created calendars, clocks, and sundials to measure its passing. We've divided it into years, months, weeks, days, hours, minutes, and seconds to give structure to our lives. But these are all human inventions, aren't they? In the grand scheme of the universe, there's no cosmic clock ticking away. Different civilizations throughout history have understood and measured time in their unique ways. For example, ancient Egyptians based their calendar on the flooding of the Nile, while Mayans developed a complex system that revolved around the movements of celestial bodies. But what if our understanding of time is flawed? What if time isn't as linear as we think? This brings us to a fascinating theoretical concept: time quakes. It's a concept that shakes the very foundations of our conventional understanding of time. It suggests that time isn't a smooth, uninterrupted flow. Instead, it's susceptible to disturbances that can ripple both forwards and backwards, affecting events and our perception of them. So, if time isn't as linear as we think, what happens when it quakes? This question serves as the launchpad for our journey into the intriguing world of time quakes. So, stay tuned. We are about to shake up your understanding of time, history, and everything in between. Let's delve deeper into the illusion of time and explore the potential effects of these hypothetical time quakes. Imagine a quake not in the earth beneath our feet, but in the fabric of time itself. Now let's delve into understanding what we call time quakes. At the heart of it, time quakes are theoretical events where the timeline of history can be shaken, altered, or even fractured. It's like Mother Nature has her own time eraser that can rewrite the story of our universe. Sounds like a sci-fi movie plot, right? But let's break it down with some simple, everyday examples. Consider a beautifully woven tapestry representing the timeline of history. Every thread is an event, and the way they intertwine forms the grand design of our past, present, and future. Now, imagine if one of those threads was suddenly yanked out or moved. The whole tapestry would ripple and change, wouldn't it? This is the essence of a time quake, an alteration in the timeline that causes ripples of change. Now picture a game of dominoes. We've all seen those mesmerizing videos where thousands of dominoes fall in a spectacular chain reaction. Each domino is a moment in time, and they all fall in a predetermined order. But what if you were to remove one domino from the middle of the chain? The dominoes that follow would never fall, right? That's another way to think about time quakes, as an event that disrupts the chain of cause and effect in our timeline. To put it in layman's terms, it's as if someone hit the shuffle button on your favorite playlist. Suddenly, your favorite songs are playing out of order and the rhythm you were used to is disrupted. That's a time quake for you. Now, these are all just theories. No one has yet proven or experienced a time quake. But they make for fascinating discussions, don't they? Time quakes challenge our understanding of the universe and invite us to question the very nature of reality. Doesn't it make you wonder what would happen if a time quake occurred in our timeline? Now let's delve into history, where time quakes could have potentially occurred. Imagine the world as a vast ocean, calm and serene. Suddenly, a pebble drops into the water, creating ripples that disrupt the tranquility. This pebble, my friends, symbolizes a time quake, an event so monumental, so groundbreaking, it shakes the very foundations of history. Let's travel back in time to when our ancestors first discovered fire. This event, as simple as it may seem, was a time quake of epic proportions. It sparked the dawn of civilization, changing the way our forefathers lived. No longer were they at the mercy of the elements. They could cook food, keep warm, fend off predators, and illuminate the darkness. Fire, a single spark, ignited a revolution that forever changed the course of human history. Fast forward a few millennia to the invention of the wheel, an object so common today, yet its creation was nothing short of a time quake. The wheel set in motion a new era of transport and trade, enabling people to travel farther and faster, connecting civilizations like never before. This seemingly simple invention paved the way for advancements in technology that we still benefit from today. Now let's teleport to the 20th century, to the birth of the internet. In the blink of an eye, the world became a global village. Information, once a precious commodity, became accessible to anyone with an internet connection. The internet revolution, a time quake in its own right, has reshaped our society, our economies, and our lives in ways we are still grappling to understand. But time quakes are not always about inventions or discoveries. Some are born from moments of profound change. like the fall of the Berlin Wall, signaling the end of the Cold War and the beginning of a new global order, or the signing of the Magna Carta, a seismic shift that shook the foundations of monarchy and paved the way for constitutional democracy. Each of these events, in their own way, created ripples that spread far and wide, shaking the foundations of history and changing the course of human civilization. They are the pebbles that dropped into the ocean of time, creating waves of change that we are still riding on today. So the next time you light a fire or hop in a car or surf the internet, remember, you are a part of history. You are living in the aftermath of time quakes, events that have shaped the world we know today. Indeed, these historical time quakes have left a lasting impact on our world. From science to pop culture, the idea of time quakes has intrigued us for ages. This fascination is evident in various forms of media, particularly in the realm of science fiction, where writers and filmmakers often toy with the concept of time and its manipulation. A noteworthy example is Kurt Vonnegut's novel, Time Quake. In this intriguing work, Vonnegut presents a world where a hiccup in the space-time continuum causes everyone to live the past decade over again, with full knowledge of events to come. The characters are forced to watch helplessly as their lives replay without the ability to alter the course of events. The event, termed a time quake, provides a profound exploration of determinism and free will. In the world of film, Time Crimes by Nacho Vigalondo, a Spanish science fiction movie, also explores the concept of time quakes. The film features a man who accidentally gets into a time machine and travels back in time nearly an hour. Furthermore, in the realm of comic books, the Age of Ultron storyline in Marvel Comics also deals with time quakes. In this narrative, the superhero team, the Avengers, create a time quake when they travel back in time to prevent a dystopian future. The resulting time quake causes a ripple effect, altering the reality of their universe. These are but a few instances where the concept of time quakes has been presented in popular culture. These depictions often serve to explore deeper philosophical questions about fate, free will, and the nature of time itself. They allow us to question our understanding of time and history, leading us to ponder whether we are mere passengers on the train of time or if we can indeed influence its course. As we can see, time quakes have not only shaken our history, but our imagination as well. What would be the consequences if a time quake were to occur in our timeline? Imagine just for a moment that time isn't as rigid as we perceive it to be. Instead, it's a fluid entity prone to ripples, waves, and quakes. What we know as history could be altered in an instant, rewritten by a time quake. The implications of such a concept are immense and far-reaching. In a world where time quakes are a reality, the course of history would be unpredictable. Major events, those turning points that have shaped our world, could be undone or altered beyond recognition. The discovery of America, the moon landing, all these historical milestones could be rewritten, changed in an instant by a time quake. The very fabric of our history could be under constant flux, changing and shifting like the sands of time. But the impact of time quakes wouldn't just be confined to our history books. They would challenge our understanding of the universe and its laws. If time can quake and shift, then what does that say about the fundamental laws of physics? What does it mean for concepts like causality and determinism? These are questions that would keep physicists up at night, pushing the boundaries of our understanding of the universe. Moreover, time quakes would challenge our perception of reality. If our past can be altered, then what does that mean for our present? Are we living in a world of constants or variables? Is reality as stable as we perceive it to be, or is it prone to change and fluctuation? These are philosophical questions that probe deep into our understanding of existence and reality. Yet, despite the potential chaos and uncertainty, time quakes also open up a world of possibilities. The ability to alter history could pave the way for a better world, correcting past mistakes and injustices. They could provide us with a deeper understanding of the universe and its laws, pushing the boundaries of science and knowledge. So while the concept of time quakes can be mind-boggling and even a little terrifying, it's also a thought-provoking idea that challenges us to think outside the box. It forces us to question our understanding of time, history, and reality, pushing us to explore the very boundaries of our knowledge and perception. Time quakes, though a theoretical concept, force us to think about the fluidity of time and our place in history. They remind us that the universe is a vast and complex place, full of mysteries and wonders waiting to be discovered. And who knows? Maybe one day we'll find ourselves living in a world where time quakes are a reality, shaking up our understanding of the universe and our place within it. So, how does the concept of time quakes change our understanding of history? Let's take a moment to bring together the points we've discussed so far. Time quakes, these fascinating disruptions in the fabric of time, fundamentally challenge our perception of time and history. We've been taught to view time as a constant, linear flow, where events unfold sequentially. But what if that's not the case? Time quakes propose a world where time isn't a steady river, but a tumultuous sea with waves that can rise and fall, sometimes dramatically. In this world, events don't just follow one after another. They interact, they overlap, they repeat. History isn't just a series of isolated events, but a complex web of interconnected moments. This concept destabilizes our traditional understanding of history and forces us to rethink how we interpret the past. The Battle of Waterloo, the signing of the Magna Carta, the moon landing. What if these events weren't just points on a timeline, but part of a larger, more dynamic narrative? This shift in perspective can help us better understand the complexities of our world. It encourages us to look beyond the surface of events and delve deeper into their causes, their effects, and their interconnectedness. It prompts us to question the narratives we've been told and to seek out the stories that have been overlooked or forgotten. And it's not just about understanding the past. By recognizing the fluidity of time, we can also gain new insights into the present and the future. We can see how actions taken today can ripple outwards, creating time quakes that will shape tomorrow. In the end, time quakes remind us that time, like history, is not as static as we might think. It's always moving, always changing, and always full of surprises. So, let's keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep shaking up our understanding of the world.